Jasmine Sullivan said it best. She never leave her house without makeup. Her mascara on. Sorry, my lips are completely ashy. All my stuff is in the car. But this is a nude lip.
The champ is here.
A nude lippy.
The tea is in the building. Not yet, though.
Not yet. We're still waiting for the tea. Lord.
They had to get some of them Candace Pay.
The tea is coming.
All right, tea's here.
The tea's here.
The tea's in and out.
Welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Damn, we look real natural.
And that's okay because
our
our skin is everything.
Oh my God, our skin is so look. Oh my gosh. We got some nice look. It must be that soap that Nick make.
I think so, because I've been using it.
His soap is so good. Friendly Body product. Got some banging soap.
Their products, all of their products. You want to get right here?
Yeah, let me see the space. Yeah, he has
blackberries.
Oh my gosh, they're so good. Look, I soaked them. Did you eat some?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, so I soaked my blackberries in like a half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Wow.
And like a tablespoon of vinegar.
Wow.
And a bowl of water, because not only does it clean it, but it also gives it like it softens them, like so they can be sweeter. You know?
Never heard of that.
Not, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say soften, but you know what I mean, like ripens them kind of.
No, it definitely deep cleans them. I think I saw that on Facebook or something.
Yeah, it does clean them. It cleans them really good. And yeah, so I do that. I let them sit. Actually, I'll overlet those sit.
All right. I don't know what we're talking about, but that's nobody's business but mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
You see how it gave us our spotlight?
Yes. Boom.
Girl, flat out. How you like me now?
All right. Well, welcome back to the next episode of Making Up with Friends. It's Candace P.
And the tea.
Thank y'all for joining us. It's everybody. And everybody. But the bounce. That's all I know.
Y'all know it's a song out there. Y'all know the words. You don't trip.
Yes. So today we just got fresh faces, some mascara, a little bit of. I had to put some lipstick on because my lips were ashy.
Well, I would have a little bit of freaking cocoa butter.
Use this. Oh, what's this? Morphe. It's a nude. It's so pretty, and it looks really pretty with a lip liner too. But it's very neat.
Oh, yeah.
You see how neat it is? And then you can put like a gloss on top or something like that. But
wow, it looks so natural.
I know.
I like it.
Thanks. If you're trying to be somebody's main squeeze, check it out.
I better be main
You better be. I better be. All right. But we want to just go in. Hopefully you've watched the other previous episodes, got to know us a little bit more. From the first episode that dropped, it was more of a get to know us, candid moments. And from the feedback, I think you guys definitely got
I think we're in there. I think we're in there.
So today we're just gonna be talking about it's being real and who are you? I think for me that who are you part, I've always kind of known who I was, even as like a little girl. So I never needed that reassurance from anybody, and I was never going out looking for that reassurance. And I think it saved me a lot of like heartache and a lot of, you know, bad relationships or friendships because I just didn't need that validation. But it also, now that I'm about to be 35, I feel like now, I don't know. I don't feel like I ever had the opportunity to explore that though. I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of like same thing. Like if you meet somebody when you're early on in when you're 21 or 22, and you just happen to stay with them for the rest of your life, you don't get to explore.
Yeah.
You know, that can happen in any situation.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know, you know, looking back at it, I definitely think it was a gift from God allowing me to not go through that. But I don't know. I just feel like now, or maybe I can look at it as I can look at what I'm going through, not that searching of anything, but you go through different phases of seeing who you are.
Through your life, absolutely.
Yeah.
We evolve into the person that we eventually want to stay and
be. And I think like the biggest thing is that I've maintained my realness. I think I've stayed who I am as a core, what my values were.
Yeah, because I be telling people all the time, like, y'all think I'm mean. Between me and Candace is mean.
I just say it like it is. There's one thing to be mean and messy, and there's another thing to just be real with it.
But you know what? Honestly, being real can come off as being mean.
That's what I was going to say too.
Like, I mean, and it's unfortunate. Like, I know that me as a person, I know that I have a good heart because I do for so many people all the time, and I can't help that. But I also know that I can just come to you and be like, yeah, this shit ain't working.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't good. Yeah. Like, you did some dumb shit. Like this, and it can come off mean.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just like, if you got something on and I'm like, we about to go out, and I'm like, the fuck is that shit? And I done heard 5 people come from the same room and say, girl, you look so good. You look so good. I come in there and be like, you need to change that outfit because she look bad. It look bad.
She really would.
And I follow up, and I'm only telling you this because I'm your real friend.
They not
like,
friends.
I'm sorry you cried. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but you needed to know. Like, again, sometimes being honest can come off as being mean, and that's not your intention,
right?
Necessarily, necessarily. I think
necessarily.
That's not your intention, but
I do think it takes time and practice because over the years, like definitely people have told me that I'm mean. But I feel like throughout the years, I was able to finesse my approach with things because before I was just like blunt with it, like, listen, that ain't it. You're not doing this, whatever. But
that comes with maturity.
Yeah.
That's why, with age and maturity, we learn how to maneuver certain situations, and we learn the best option for us, or the best thing to say, like, instead of just coming out and be like, this, like, we might say, okay, well, we clean
it up a little bit more.
Because we are mature enough to know, like, you can say everything. My mother always used to tell me when I was younger, you can say whatever you want to say to me, but it's about how you say it.
Boom. Boom. But I think I told you the other day. Like, my core, like, I am mean, like, as far as I don't like people bothering me, I don't like people asking me questions. So you're gonna meet my representative because my representative is so much more nicer than me, So I'm like, okay, let me give you my representative, and then I'll slowly but surely give you in doses because everybody can't handle it, and I don't want to overwhelm people. And it's not like it's so overwhelming, but it is if you're used to me one way, like in a professional tone,
right,
and then and then I start letting my personality show a little bit more, you're gonna see the notice. You're gonna see the difference. My supervisor even told me that. she was like, because one day she had asked me, like, this was like, I started in February, not my current supervisor, but I started position in February. And about like March, middle of March, I'm like, okay, now it's time to give them like a little bit of me. But she kept asking me, like, she was asking me to do a task and then tried to micromanage me. And I had to let her know, I don't need this. If I need your assistance, I will come to you and follow up with you. And so she was like, okay. And then she was like, please don't mess with Candace.
And have a great day.
Have a great day. That's most importantly.
I mean, no, but if you're going to give me a task, don't micromanage me through it. Yeah. Just keep the task.
Yeah, if you're going to do that. But, that's me giving you my boundaries as well. Like, hey, you may need to micromanage everybody else, but I'll come to you.
I'm letting you know this is how I can do it.
I can't do it with somebody over top of me. But it's, but I just think like everybody has their representatives. And just because you do have a representative does not mean like my representative is true to who I am. But I do recognize that, like I said, in small doses, I'll give that person, depending on the situation. If it's a personal situation, you're going to get it immediately.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I mean, I was thinking, because you were like, the representative, and I'm like, dang, me and the representative, we like the same person. So, I mean, my representative shows up on day 1. Day 2, that's it. That's all you got. You got day 1, and that's it. And that's all I'm like, dang, y'all see, if y'all weren't there for day 1, you never met my representative.
Never met me.
And it's funny because like I'm always like, oh, I'm surprised I still got that position. Oh, I'm surprised I'm still a team lead. Oh, I'm surprised they still keep calling me talking about they want me to do it. Because like in my meetings and stuff, like my daily meetings, they love when I talk. They're like, do you have anything new for us today? Do you have any anecdotes? Do you have any new Krispy Kreme donuts?
No,
not today. No, but that's because they know I don't tolerate things. If, for instance, if I'm working, so I'm a technical writer, right? But I also test software applications and stuff. So I work with the developers a lot, and if I'm working with the developers and you tell me one thing, right? And then tomorrow, what you just told me yesterday, ain't that one thing? Oh, you're going to get my mind because I just started working on this, whatever. And now you done wasted 24 hours.
Yeah.
You wasted all my time. So yes, I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I don't have a representative. Like that's just me. And they expect that, and I'm like, oh, you might have your processes, but hey, yours don't work for me.
But see, I think in the tech field or even like in media, like, cause I work for, where I work for a marketing company. Where do I work? I don't know. But I work for a marketing company, and coming out of just customer service and all that other type of stuff, like I've seen the shift in how direct you have to be with people. Because customer service, if it's mainly just customer service, you're just trying to please that person. Because of that old age. Customer comes first. But when you're talking about solutions, you're trying to, problem solve things. Time is money, and you have to be direct. All that pussyfooting around the topic, it's just wasting time. So
I agree. I absolutely agree.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of me in small doses. But like I said, for me, it's not like a completely different person. You're still gonna see me. You're still gonna see my spunk and my attitude and my not comedy, because I'm not a comedian.
No, but
what do you call it? Like humor. Yeah. And my new comedy skit is coming out.
Comedy skit. But I mean, like, well, all my friends say I'm the mean one, and that's fine. I'll be the mean one. That's okay. But they also say, you know, I have a big heart.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, shoot, people have a great time with me. I'm the party.
Hold on. We were rudely interrupted.
3, 2, 1. And so, you know, like people love hanging out with me. Everybody come over here all the time.
I think so. I think that, I don't. But see, here's the thing.
I don't try to be funny.
No, but you're naturally funny. Like,
yes,
but I just think like when people see who you genuinely are, like, and it's no facade or anything like that, I think it's like relieving, especially in 2022. We live in an age of social media, and all you see are representatives. All you see, you don't even see what the reality is.
Yeah.
So when someone meets you and they're like, and you're a genuine person, I think people really like that, because I like that. I don't meet too many genuine people and people that I really like. So when I do like somebody, I'm like, oh, okay, great. It's like a breath of fresh air for me, because I'm like, I don't get it often.
Yeah.
But and that's so much more to go with it. But you know,
who are you? I know who I am.
Yes,
and unfortunately, it runs somewhere in families, because we're both mean, but she's meaner.
No, I'm not.
Okay, no, you know what it is? I think you're
more
stern.
I think
you're more stern. Okay. Like you have a more stern tone.
I talk to everybody like I'm their mother.
Yes, that's what it is. So it's like that more stern tone, so it comes off as a bit more mean. Maybe I am the mean one.
And I'm so direct, and people take it as if I am trying to be mean, but like if you just listen to the words, like even that comes off.
But if you just listen,
if you really just listen and not try to put your own meaning, like my words are just straight up.
They're just words. That's what it is.
And if I mean something else, and I would just straight up say that. But a lot of people just do not know what to do with that, and they're just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like I decided I'm working on it. You know,
I don't want to.
I was gonna say not very hard, but like, you know, I at least like if enough people are like, Dad, you that was you could. I'd be like, all right, I'll be like 1% more nice next time. But I still like being myself. Like I'm just me, and unfortunately, me can come off as being me. Yeah, I'm just being honest.
But, you know, at the end of the day, like when this is another thing that sounds very rude, like it becomes that other person's problem. I don't take that on as a problem because I'm like, the people, like if you understand or get to know me, then you'll see this. But that becomes a you problem. That's not a me problem. And you can take it out.
Not my problem if you think I'm mean. All people like me.
You know, so it's either, you know, not, you know, and now if don't get me wrong, if I say something completely offensive,
just off the wall,
that's
different.
That's something completely different. We're just talking about personality traits.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just feel like, you know, a lot of times if people have the problem with you, I think it just goes back to they need to figure out what that is and not make it anybody else's problem. And so many people do that. Like they want to point the finger and say, you did this or you said it this way or whatever. And it's like, no, I said it directly. And I don't know if you have a problem with
maybe you interpret it.
Like, you know,
but this is what I said.
That's what it is. Now you need to unpack anything else that caused you to feel like that way. Because I'm not going down that road.
No, I'm not. Because I don't have time. I got other roles to fit.
Right. Like I'm trying to swerve in my lane.
That's what I'm trying to say. Look, stay in
yours. Stay in yours. And I'm gonna stay in mine. But you know, I just thought that was interesting because so many people, and you know, so many people will say that about us, and I'm like, well, I can't help you. Sorry, I
don't know what to say. But as far as I know, these views, that's what I'm just saying.
Which one is it? But you know, so that was that. And if you want to add any other thoughts or any other, you know, contributions to that topic, feel free to comment. message us, all different type of things. You can send me a letter in the mail. I don't know. You can do that. But the next topic that we did want to go into is practice what you preach.
Absolutely. There's too many people out here that'll say, oh, well, if it was me, hey babe, if it was me, then I would do it this way, right?
Right.
But then when that way is done to them,
they don't want it. No, they don't want it.
They don't want it.
You know, and that's not being able to, you know, what is that called? Like tasting your own medicine. You know, like I think a part of being in any type of like, I want to say positive relationship, you know, I think you need to practice what you preach. Absolutely. Like if you go out and you're saying, or say you're a preacher or whatever, you're a speaker, you're telling everybody do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you do this and make sure you do that. And you don't even
are you doing that?
You become a hypocrite.
Absolutely. And there's too many people out there like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to lie. You would answer. No, I'm joking. I mean, I've been there.
Okay.
But
we've all been there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We've all been there, but you have to recognize that you're there.
Yeah.
You know, and fix that situation.
Yeah, but that's the first part. Like, that's the biggest part.
Accepting that you did that. I did that shit. I do that all the time. Actually, you know what? Lauren would be the one to tell you. I'd be like, so I did it. So what? But don't you do it.
Exactly. So I just think, like, you know, in order for you to be any type of example or you want to see that change, you have to practice what you preach. Like for me, in my anxiety, I would get angry, like, and I would like, if something was on the floor, I'm like, why is this on the floor? I'm screaming and yelling. And I'm like, okay, well, if I want to see a change of something not being on the floor,
right?
You know, I have to get it, take it out. Yeah. Or like even Tigger's communication with in your relationship. If you don't want things to escalate, sometimes we have to be that person to say, okay, well, if I don't want to take it there, I can't engage in this. I can't entertain certain things. If I hear a trigger, maybe that's when I need to take a step back. And a lot of people don't want to do that. And you do.
And we also have to learn from the past relationships. You know, if you know that this is what you've been doing, you got to make a change. You know, and learn from those mistakes. You just have to.
You got to.
And I mean, communication could be one of the practice which you preach things. You know, like if you continuously saying, well, you have to communicate with me, well, you have to talk to me. Yeah, but are you talking to them?
Yeah.
Are you communicating in a style that they understand?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not arguing, not yelling. Are you talking?
Yeah, that's what my therapist said.
Oh shoot, I'm your therapist.
Yeah, y'all
give me my money.
You gotta run that check through Kaiser.
Oh shoot, I got denied.
Out of network, nope.
Out of network. But I mean, but it's true. Like, are you talking though? Yeah. And are you listening? Yeah, you heard me, but are you listening to what I'm actually saying?
Yeah.
That, you know, if there's a problem, let's fix it together. Let's talk about it. You know, any relationship.
I think sometimes people just, along with communicating, sometimes when you're saying listening, sometimes it's okay to shut up. Like sometimes it's okay not to have the answers and to be like, you know, oh, if we do this, do that, then it'll be like that. No, sometimes when you are talking and you're missing the point and you're also missing the experience. So sometimes, whether if it's a good experience or a bad experience, you're missing certain things because you're clouding the area. Exactly. You know, you're like too busy spewing what you want to say or what you want to do.
And just take a moment. And you also don't have to, sometimes you need to stop and reflect on what the other person has said. Yeah. Like you don't have to respond immediately.
Right. Because sometimes you need to think about it.
Oh, I'm a thinker. I will think until the thought has been thought out. Like, but, and sometimes I have to, which I need to work on, but sometimes I'm like, I bring it up again. I bring it up again because I've been thinking about it. It's been festering.
And I gotta get it out.
And I have to get it out because I just want to talk to you about it, you know, because I'm like, we were talking about it before, like, I'm still trying to communicate this with you, you know, because I haven't gotten it through. And you have to be willing to hear me. you know, because that's still part of communication,
Mhm.
you know, and yeah, you might be frustrated. You don't want to talk about it,
Mhm.
but you still have to be in any relationship,
Mhm.
you know, you
Whether
still
it's
have to
friendship.
be willing
Mhm.
to listen.
And I think a lot of that is like with listening, all of communication and practice is what you preach. We broke it down to communication and then active listening and things like that. But sometimes I think it's necessary to have that situational awareness.
Mhm.
Like if me and you going at it and I'm just talking, and you see that I'm just like, okay, like I got a blank face, blank stare.
You done checked
I
out.
checked out. Or
You done
somebody might
checked out.
start crying or whatever. So a part of being responsible with your communication and practicing what you're preaching is situational awareness. Look
Mhm.
at who you're talking to. And if that person has the capacity to understand what you're saying, or if you're talking to your child, like a lot of times,
Right.
like I have to remind myself, although my son is 7 and he's very smart, he's very mature for his age, he's still a 7-year-old.
He's still a child.
You know, and so sometimes he'll go, Mommy, you're telling me adult jokes. And it's not me having an adult joke like something vulgar. It's like me saying, like, he's telling me, oh, Mommy, look at this. And I'm like, Graham, guess what? And he'll go, what? And I go, I don't care. And he's like, that's an adult joke, and I don't want to hear it.
No, I'm the one saying, you know, I'm not listening.
I'm like, I don't care. So
I don't want you to talk to me anymore. My kids just laugh and keep it talking. But, you know, anyway, yeah, like you said, you have to have that awareness.
Yeah.
You know, you have to, that's part of paying attention to what you're, you know, whoever the person in the relationship is doing or attempting to do or bring to the table or whatever. You have to pay attention. You have to be aware. You know, that's part of being able to communicate properly.
Yes, it is.
And there's nothing wrong with saying you don't know how to do that. You know,
No.
there's nothing wrong with saying we need to work on it.
Yeah.
But you first start is, you know, by being aware.
And being aware and admitting things. So, you know,
I'm not good at that.
What, admitting things?
Yeah, God, I'm horrible.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
admitting it. I'm never wrong. I'm never wrong.
You sound like
I'm
someone
gonna,
I know.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna correct that. In my friendships, I'm never wrong,
Okay.
and I will tell you flat out. And now you can keep correcting me all you want, and I'll be like, yeah, but I don't care.
So you gotta practice what you preach.
No.
Practice what you preach.
You know what? I'm broke. I can't do that.
Listen, yes, you can. Everybody can, and it's what you want to do. So I'm gonna talk with my hands.
I'm gonna say she's gonna slap it out at me.
It's what you want to do. Sorry, look, that was for somebody else.
You know, boo boo. You know
Oh
who
my
you
God.
are.
If you're watching this, you know who you are.
Oh, my bad.
But you know, definitely just take those little food for thoughts with you
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely. And I mean, if you have anything that you want to put in the pot, if you want to discuss something, please let us know. You know, comment back on our videos. So that's a message on our page. So
Don't be
we
shy.
can talk about it, because trust me, we're gonna call you out. We're gonna be like, oh, so and so wants to talk about. No, we ain't gonna do that. But you know, if you want to talk about stuff, we can talk about it. We don't have no problems.
Yeah, you can be anonymous, or you can, you know, be a part of it.
Because I'm anonymous.
What you talking about?
I'm the T.
Oh, they know who you are. But this has been another episode of Making Up with Friends. Thank you for joining. Like, share, and comment. And if you're seeing us on a replay, please just put replay or a little heart, whatever it is.
And we also want to go ahead and thank before we get off the air.
Who we thanking?
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Sorry, everybody. So
go ahead.
On that note, okay, I just want to drop a little teeny tiny secret. Right. So this is a spinoff of the Enchiridion Scene, right?
Yes.
But the problem, like, all right, it's not a secret. We do way better.
We do it.
We have personality. I'm sorry, guys, but thanks a lot for the spinoff.
But yes, this is the Enchiridion team presents Making Up with Friends. Check both pages, like both pages, and just share. Let's grow this community, and we'll see you next time.
Candace King
and the tea.